slightly wrong on the date. Slightly wrong.
Which date?
The Apple event was expected to be on a Tuesday, but now it's going to be on a Monday.
Maybe their theater was busy that day.
I think there's a presidential debate on the 10th. I think it's probably the
Yeah, they probably both use iPhones. Who cares?
yeah. I mean, it's probably just a video, anyways. Like they haven't done like live events in a while, so you just got to hit play on
Uh,
Monday, right?
yep. Yeah, it's like when you go to like a museum and they play a little video on an old DVD player and the guy walks in, hits play and leaves.
Yeah. Well, that's was it 2 weeks? Yeah, it's 2 weeks. Yeah, because next week's Labor Day, right?
Hmm.
I can never remember Memorial Day, Labor Day. So we
I
got
only remember because we go away, but
you're going away or
yeah, we go up to the
forever
wine.
or just temporary? Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll see. You know, the way my brother-in-law drives. Um, anyway, yeah, we go up to New York, upstate New York
oh,
for
that's right.
wines.
Well, good.
I don't
Is
know.
that Lenovo that you got? Is that an ARM chip or is that just
In what?
the ThinkPad X12 detachable Gen 2?
No, that's Intel Core Ultra Meteor Lake U series. It gets worse from there, Brad.
Is
It's,
it?
you know, we'll see. I have a U series Meteor Lake PC. I refuse to review. It was so bad. So we'll see how this one goes.
What's their new one that's coming out? Something Lake
Yeah, Lunar Lake is the
Lunar.
second gen Core Ultra. So uh, first gen Meteor Lake, I think has some reliability issues, but dramatic improvement in GPU speed.
Mm-hmm.
The Lunar Lake has yet another new architecture, but also dramatic improvements to GPU speed. But the U series doesn't get that. So the U series Meteor Lake has the old Intel graphics, like I think it's just called Intel graphics now. What it used to be called. It used to be called something, but whatever, like UHD graphics or
Mm-hmm.
something. I don't. Anyway, it's garbage. So you know, we'll see. So speaking of which, so actually a week from today, right? Yeah, probably. No, a week from yesterday, overnight, I'll fly to Berlin for IFA,
Oh, right.
which is next week. So that will be entertaining. And I assume I get in some god awful early time in the morning on Tuesday.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know. I have a little schedule and whatnot.
Little schedule, little agenda.
A little a little portfolio of things. Um, yeah, but Intel is this is probably going to be a big event for the Intel uh, Lunar Lake stuff.
Yeah, it kind of has to be. Otherwise, I don't know what else they're gonna do. Right? That's
Yeah. Oh, well, this is. I mean, PC makers are going to announce, stuff based on these chips. Absolutely at the show.
which I guess I never really put it together. So then that happens, and then Qualcomm always has their thing in like November, late
So
November.
it's been October
Has it been
lately,
October?
and I think it will be October again this year. Uh,
Where they'll announce all their chips that are coming next year, which is always annoying because they like
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, so they're on their schedule. I mean, the phone stuff starts to come out typically January, February. So, and then we get PC stuff too in CES. So I would assume there'll be some kind of second gen Snapdragon something something for PC.
what they call it. I don't know. I don't follow the Snapdragon naming convention nearly as easy because it's like Snapdragon 8CX Gen
Three, maybe.
3, and then there's
I,
like Elite Cultivation, and then there's like I don't know.
oh, like so. Actually, that's going to be the biggest news for Qualcomm in October. It's going to be they're taking their Elite X architecture, which came out of that Nuvia stuff, to the phone or and just to mobile, right? It's going
Mm-hmm.
to they're using this as the basis for, their normal mobile chip. So it's kind of interesting.
So you're telling me the Continuum might be coming back?
Uh,
Yeah. Same chip. Someone.
I yeah. I mean, Android 15 is not getting this in like point oh, but there is a desktop environment occurring there, similar to
Mhm.
Dex.
Right.
So that will happen in the 15 whatever time frame. And then, I mean, they just killed the subsystem. Like
Oh, right. They just did. Perfect time.
I know, man, there's such an opportunity here. I wish Google and Microsoft could get it together. I really do. You know,
I mean, it
and I
really is
mean,
beautifully timed. It's like we're now going to have the desktop architecture in a
mhm,
Qualcomm
I
based
know.
device. And what did Microsoft do? They killed the Android subsystem for Linux, which would have
Maybe Qualcomm is the conduit that will bring this stuff together. I mean,
maybe
you know,
can't rule it out. I mean, at least they have a very significantly and financially motivated reasoning for wanting this to work.
yeah.
Who
Also,
knows?
I haven't
And
heard any. There's been no Chromebook on Snapdragon X yet either.
no, there hasn't.
I wonder if that's part of the little
Hmm.
exclusivity thing no one's talking about, right? We on our
Oh,
side,
right, the inverse side of that.
yeah. I mean, we sort of look at it from okay, so Copilot Plus PC brand that's exclusive to Qualcomm either forever or for some amount of time. No one's saying. Um, but what about the other side of it? Like, obviously this will be used for Chromebooks. They are going to announce the mobile version that will go in phones and tablets. Like, I mean, kind of weird, right? You would think, Chromebook plus something something. But
Mm-hmm.
no,
I wonder how those high-end Chromebooks are selling. I can't imagine very well.
yeah, I don't think so. They're they're better than people think. I mean, most people think, but they have a big stigma that's just related to their. It's like a web browser wrapped around hardware kind of
Yeah, I mean,
perception, but it's not really fair. I mean, it's really this is the most user friendly version of Linux you can get, and
mm-hmm.
you can run Linux command line and GUI apps if you want to. I mean, you can do that. It's a great Visual Studio Code environment. I don't web apps are more mature than a lot of people believe too, especially
Sure.
the ones who are using them without realizing it. But whatever. Yeah, it's been on a slow boil for sure.
And for anybody who's been holding out that their Fire Stick doesn't run Xbox Cloud Gaming, there's a couple more devices, but I can't imagine anybody listening to this is like really excited about this, but it's there.
Yep.
It's an option. I don't know.
Remember, you know this better than anybody, but there was this brief period of time where, I mean, I'm sure it still exists, but there was a chip they were going to put in computers
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm.
connect to the Xbox controller without using Bluetooth.
Yep. Actually, I'm sitting next to a computer that has one.
There you go. So they're not very common, and I
Right.
haven't seen one in years and years and years. But
It's right out of
uh,
frame, but the Surface Studio is right there.
yeah, I mean, I feel like, well, I guess it's never going to happen now. We just use Bluetooth, but Bluetooth is so problematic.
Hmm.
And right,
Understatement,
I
but
mean,
yes.
yeah, but I mean, it'd be cool if Fire TV sticks, Roku's, Apple TVs, whatever, ship with some silicon like this, where the Xbox, it doesn't have to be Xbox specific, but just for controllers and not have to use Bluetooth.
Or maybe Microsoft could make some sort of dongle thing that you
Yeah,
could
well,
plug in
I was just thinking that too, actually.
and then
Yeah,
it would just work and have the Xbox everything and they could
yeah.
sell it.
Guess you could just use a wire. I don't know.
Yeah,
I know it's inelegant.
yeah. I mean,
People forget this stuff, but like when the 360 came out, the Xbox, so 2005, the big bet at that time was actually whether wireless controllers would even work.
mm-hmm.
Like, whether they were viable.
Yeah.
And they were obviously it worked fine, but like that, you forget because it's been forever. But building up to that, it's like you're gonna want to keep the wire going there, and it's like no, actually, it's fine.
I I mean, kids these days will never understand the fear of somebody walking in between your controller and the TV and somebody hitting that wire and just
Yep.
watching the entire console just get ripped out of the.
So I had an Intellivision when I was a kid, and there was this game called Astro Smash, which was sort of like Asteroids, except you were on the
Mhm.
ground, moving back and forth, and things were falling ever faster, faster, faster. High scores going up and up and up. And the question was like, what happens if you hit the amount of space that the numbers have to display? And so at one point we rolled it over. My brother and I were switching back and forth, taking turns because the thing would kill your hand. It was awful. And we're gonna go as long as we can go, And then the dog walks up and lays down on the floor next to the TV and hits the plug and the television reset. God damn it! So that was the end of that. Yeah, that's part of the experience, I guess.
Yeah. You don't get that with that newfangled wireless stuff today.
Yeah.
Anyways, no podcast. Next 2 days, I'm going to the office.
Okay.